Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational monster train series where we fight the divinity in every run. This has been a bear of a week. It has been, a lot has gone on at work. It's just been a lot. It's just been tough, honestly. And it's coupled with the fact that my routine has been really messed with, which is something that matters a lot to me because neurospicy, hooray! So essentially, three of my last four D&D sessions got canceled for a variety of reasons, and I have a lot of different groups. And I do this because, well, I enjoy the game and I'm having a lot of fun playing them, and I like just experiencing different tables with different rules and things like that. Obviously, I tend to be very rules as written typically because I operate very well within constraints. I like when a game tells me what I can't do because if you're too flimsy with the rules, I mean, I could just invent anything. Trust me, man, I could make a character that defeats everything in the universe and then roleplay it, I guess. It's fine. But at that point, I may as well just play make believe, right? Why am I playing a tabletop RPG? So I always try to operate within table constraints, which are interesting. So it's been a real bummer missing out on all those sessions. Then it's ruined a lot of the other things have gone wrong in my week as well. There's been challenges. I wanted to talk about a big challenge I had last week in my house, which is that my water went out, which ruined my entire weekend. I had to record, right? So I'm so far behind on recording because of this. I have not recorded for an entire week and a half, which means my entire backlog is basically non-existent. I think I have tomorrow's episode ready, and that's about it. So I'm way far behind. It's stressful. It doesn't help. It's intentionally why I keep a backlog to absorb these kinds of things. But basically, let me explain the situation with my water. Apparently, the water pump in my house just decided to spontaneously cease working. It just decided that it would end its existence. And so the water stopped working. Fantastic. We had to call out the right people because we didn't know what the issue was at first, right? It was behaving like it was a sudden electrical issue, actually, which is what I was concerned about. So I had to check with the county, and then I had to check with an electrician, and then I had to eventually figure it out, okay, maybe it's the water pump, and brought out that person, got lucky on that guess, I guess. And at that point, I mean, they just replaced the whole thing, and it's just like, thousands of dollars where I go, well, I suppose I didn't need that money, right? It is what it is, right? I gotta have water. What am I gonna do? Not have water? So of course we're gonna figure that out. But it took up my entire. It kind of like completely set me back on my entire week. Basically, it started me off in a really bad position, stressed me out, and then I had to deal with all this manner of nonsense since then. So it's been a rough week, actually. And you know what? The problems were not work related this time. I actually had a pretty tame week at work, all things considered. Busy, but not bad. So it's kind of bizarre. It's just like I'm trying to recover, trying to get back into it, trying to relax. I haven't played a game for fun in 5 days, so that's been pretty rough. I need to do some of that this weekend, but regardless, here we are. I do need to record Monster Train, so we're making it happen. Ugh. All right, let's do it. Fortunately, Monster Train is kind, and the universe decided that today I would be recording Little Fade, which is fantastic. We had our previous run, which was a very good, just a weird Primordium run. I didn't even fully upgrade my unit. I had a Carver infused into a Glare Minder. Eventually, I got a Sunderstone on him, but I didn't have anything else. And we had a Superfood 2 Stalwart Snack 1 situation. An X5 on an early Spell Chain Perils of Production was awesome. We ended up finding the holdover finally on Ring 8, but the Spell Chain allowed us to play aggressively with Ember Drain even though we didn't have the holdover, which was nice. There was a mission critical Symphony of a Soul plus an Echoes of the Past that was providing some scaling. So even when I didn't have multi-strike, which there might have been multi-strike, I just made the executive decision somewhere along the run that I didn't need it and that it was too risky to go for it. I was getting more value from other paths. So ultimately, no multi-strike. And sometimes runs do be like that. It's nice when it works out. It's also important to be able to solve runs without multi-strike because those are very high risk runs that threaten your win streaks, right? We're on a 257 win streak thanks to that win, and every so often you'll get a run like that where it's like, well, you just don't find that thing and you have to be able to solve the problems in weird other ways. So this is how we did it, and we got the win and it worked out. So go team. Thank you, Superfood Primordium, appreciate it. And now I get to play Little Fade. Cool. I'm glad I get to play Little Fade. It makes for an enjoyable experience. I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. We're at a point where subscriptions are basically pettering out. I'm pretty sure there's just not a lot of folks watching Monster Train who aren't already subscribed, right? I suspect that I've capped out on the number of folks there. So I think the next big pushes that I'm going to experience are going to be, I'm looking forward to Slay the Spire 2. It's going to be good. I'm excited for that. I know that Shiny Shoe, we haven't heard anything about what they're doing next, but I think they're done with Inkbound ? So we'll see kind of what comes next. I mean, I speak for everyone when I say we're all excited about Monster Train 2, Electric Boogaloo, or whatever the heck. It would be really cool to have one. I think there are or maybe like, I don't know, a balance patch. They did put out a PS5 rather, version of Monster Train recently, so I'm looking at that thinking, excuse me? Version 2.3 maybe? Possibly? Let's talk. I haven't heard anything. So, we'll see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We've got some good things on the horizon, so... Anyway, let's play Fade. Let's do the buttons, click all the things, make it happen. Huzzah. Alright, hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing okay for now. It's not too terrible. The day is good, and I'm in good spirits despite the fact that my routines have been kind of bungled lately, but it's all good. I can think of certainly worse things to deal with, so it's fine. But hopefully you're all fine as well, or better than that. That would be even better. So, alright, today we are Exile Melting, Exile Stygian. It's alright, I got no problems with this. We could stick sweepers behind Firelight or something, sure. We're facing Plating Seal Daedalus, this is Spell Shield Fell, and Diligent Seraph. We're okay on Diligent, right? Yeah, we're fine. Nothing too spicy here. We have a lot of unit starters, which is what made me ask that question. Molten Encasement, Mollusk Mage, Fatal Melting. None of these are particularly great. It's going to depend a little bit on what we get into. Incant lines don't play nicely with Molten Encasement defense options. We're looking for things like Engulfed in Smoke instead. I think ideally we take a Firelight opener, but we might not see it, so we'll see. Let's see, temples today are 2, 3 early. Alright, fair enough. And then 6 and 8. We at least get some in the late game. That's good. Dupe on 8 is Steel side, nothing fancy. Magic and Steel on 7. No removals. Nothing really stands out here. Both of them are fine at best. Let's see. Dupe on 6 with the Cave. Competes with a Magic Shop with the Vortex. No Steel. Meanwhile, we get no Magic on 5. We're shown a double money Trinket Shop with Fade and Stygian. So this Trinket Shop is nuts. That could be double Extinguish. That could be double Incant. It could be a bunch of other stuff as well. Votive Key is pretty cool here with Fade. A lot of options there. Competes with a mediocre Steel Shop. It's not bad, but still. Worth noting, we actually don't get another Steel Shop on 4 either, so missing Steels on 4 and 6 means we get the double early. Fair. 4 does have a Remnant Banner Vortex Magic Shop that's pretty good. Competes with a pretty weak Health Money Horde side, so probably going Magic Shop there. And then, yeah, early game double Steel Shops. Stygian Banner on 3 with that Steel. Remnant Banner on 2 with that Steel. No other banners early, so really minimal banners altogether. We're not going to have a lot of good fortune here on that side. Probably going in both these Steel Shops looking to load something up. It's Fade, so we'll see what Forge we get first. We do see Firelight. Now, I will click it because I think it's the most flexible option here, but I do think Eternal Flame is pretty decent as well if we ended up on more of an Incant line. I think Firelight is just objectively stronger from here, though, so we'll take it. We do have 1 space units as well, which is worth keeping in mind. Cuttlebeard is very strong here. We have foregone powers, and we're likely to see something that benefits from this. If we see Shark, this goes nuts. Hell's Banners is good, but I strongly support Cuttlebeard. Do I have any tools to deal with backlines? It's just Fatal Melting, and that's not even good. Don't take this Horde. That's too spicy. We're going to move on. Arc of Invasion. Almost guaranteed to eat dirt here, but I think we take a ton of fire damage for this, and we have a 50% chance of missing the... Ugh. 50% chance of missing the Collector anyway. We have no reach here, unless we hit, like, what? Literally Fatal Melting on turn 2 after sacking Fade. We could get it. That's so specific. I think we don't take this trial. It's not that we're weak, it's just that we're just taking damage for no real reason, I think. We'll play bottom floor here for now, try to elevator some stuff. Yeah, we would have missed the Collector for anyone keeping complete track there. Put a Molten Encasement down, honestly. It adds some damage. Some Foregone Power up here. Some Foregone Power in middle will prevent us from taking too much there. We do get the Collector, so that's nice. We'll take that. A decent Primitive Mold option here. We'll drop in Fade. I do think... I think we're going to Fatal Melting middle here. Yeah, I think so. That's going to make sure we don't eat too much dirt here. We take 4... Primitive Mold. Interesting situation here. The burnout works out in our favor, oddly enough. That is kind of weird. They all burn out, but because it's burnout 1 and it goes front to back, Fade actually gives them 2 extra turns, which is curious. So, interesting. I can drop in a Mollusk Mage and the Molten Encasement. Everything will burn out here, but we kill because of, yeah, the Frostbite. So, kind of strange how that worked out, but we do get there eventually. Only taking 4. We actually do really well there. I think that was a correct play to skip the trial. We get the Collector as a result and risk far less pyre damage. I'm going to snap-click Draft because this is Firelight. I'm going to take Flash Freeze because Cuttlebeard and a ping. And it's a really good ping right now. We need a banner unit. We're going to the right. What do we get? Endless off the top, huh? Paraffin Enforcer. Okay, bud. Sure. Well, that's going to be our line, huh? I don't think it's going to be too complex. I think we do want to do Draft Infusion now. I do think it is the Draft Infusion, by the way. Because Fade isn't guaranteed to die on turn 1, is she? We don't have any burnout extension. Ah, that's tough. That's tricky. Endless. Plus 25. I could make a good draft here, but we don't. We have a lot of garbage in our deck. I'm not guaranteed to draw it fast enough. I actually really support Paraffin Enforcer here. I think we're going to go in on draft. I think I need to draw faster. And he comes with a lot of health, which will be relevant. I really think we need to draw priority here. I'm just going to be honest with you. Yeah, I think we do. Okay, plus 30, I don't think we need that. We're going to play it a little chill. Endless Stealth Tomb is, I gotta be real, a good pickup. It's a really good defensive play for a lot of reasons. I mean, obviously, right? It's just really good, it turns out. I'll take it. I'm not going to reroll this anyway. We'll take a plus 25. I'm going to put that into the Enforcer. I think that's a comfortable position to be in. I mean, we could potentially get away with looking for a multi-strike on ring 3. 25 health is probably fine. I have Endless Stealth. I don't need to go too ham on survivability. Maybe we chill here. Yeah, I'm going to chill, actually. We have enough health. We can get away with this because Paraffin Enforcer comes baked with 25, so that's fine. Alright, I do want this trial. It's a risk, but I do want this trial. 100% want it. Alright. I have to play bottom floor. I don't like it, but I have to. Otherwise, he just burns out and it's bad. Okay, goal here is primitive mold, fade bottom floor, 100%. I must... How do we approach this? I can't kill upstairs. I could kill downstairs. Pretty good to do. Clears that whole wave. And then I take a lot of damage upstairs, or I get the collector. What am I drawing into? A lot of risk here. I take a bunch of damage on next floor if I do this any other way. A lot of decision making to do, right? We can, I think, I need money for this trinket, this steel shop, like badly, is the problem. So I think we eat the, gosh, this is going to be 6 plus... So 9 plus, so 13, it looks like. 9 plus 4. He does 6 because the rage ticks down. 6 and then goes 9 because the spikes. And then 4. Yeah, I think we take the 13 here. We're going to Fatal Melting bottom to clean this up a little. I'm going to have to reform that whole pool. And then I kill Collector and we eat the 13 damage here. It's not that bad. Fade, okay. A pretty good chance I see a primitive mold next turn, so let's do that. I'm going to drop double mollusk mages here because they fit. Alright, we see the primitive mold. It's good. Great. Paraffin Enforcer, we get the kill. Great news. I was going to say I'm pretty sure we're alright here, but... yeah. And it actually goes bad because of the burnout. It's interesting. They die to attacking spikes. Interesting. I didn't really consider the math on that. I thought it was fine either way. It's okay. We get the trial. We get stuff. I need burnout extension badly. So this is Purifying Cleanse or Wicklash. Dealer's choice. I'm leaning towards Purifying Cleanse. I think we have Fade to prop up our damage pretty effectively. So I'm going to take that. Also, it extends it by an extra 1, which I do think is relevant. Offering token. It discards. It does something at least. It's better than a nothing. Crystallis is pretty decent. It's not getting my -2 if I see it. If I see it, I'm probably putting it into, what, Fatal Melting? It's not great, but it is something. I can find a 10 in piercing later and it'll be acceptable. I think we grab the offering token just to do it. It'll help for Diligent, but also is kind of a nothing burger otherwise. No unit draft. Interesting. I am going to go left. We can afford the reroll. We did this intentionally. Quick. Sweeper. You know, a sweeper is pretty decent. Just generally speaking. I don't have to dupe the Paraffin Enforcer necessarily. It's an important piece of tech, right? So I don't have to dupe the Paraffin Enforcer to have a winning run. Obviously, he already hits twice, so we could have 4 hits by duping him. Cool. And then they all scale, which is great. So that does help. A sweeper does provide value, however, right? Because I can place that behind Paraffin Enforcer. Burnout gets applied via Fade. We take space at some point, and then you get the Endless Tomb and Fade in front, and then they both die, and then the floor kind of does its job. The nice thing about playing into... I think we take the Cold Kalia for now anyway. It's useful. I might not keep it forever, right? I might not. It's okay if true. You ever go Burnout 1 into the Enforcer? It's actually pretty decent. Burnout 2 on that unit is pretty good overall. Let's look at the temple before I make decisions. Things like an intrinsic on Purifying Cleanse could help. You want to go -2 on Fatal Melting? Pretty decent. Purge? I don't want to purge things necessarily. This -2 is acceptable. I'll take that. That makes that card actually reasonably playable. I don't want to do an infusion for now. I like Stealth Tomb Infusion. That's probably not happening until Ring 8, though. I don't need that much stealth. I like this Burnout 1, actually. And then we find, what, like an multi-strike possibly for it? I don't think we buy the quick. Burnout 1 puts this at Burnout 2. It's a good security measure. We don't have a good answer for this right now, and I can't afford to be reforming them constantly, or to gamble on drawing it on the right turn. I can't be waiting on this. I need to make sure Fade dies quickly enough. I think I'm going to go Burnout 1 here, and I'm going to spin this guy. Large Stone. Not great. I'm going to put a plus 25 on Cold Kalia then. This will help for the interim. We're going to save the Draft Paraffin Enforcer slot. Go to the Cavern here. If they show me a Tiny Stone, I don't care. I'll take it anyway. It's basically multi-strike at that point, right? Just fine. It's essentially the same thing, even if I don't overstack. And then what? I'm going to go 5 on Steel Side, I think. As much as I would like that double money trinket. I think I have to. Do I? Maybe. Maybe. We'll have to see how it plays out. I'm going to be a little chill about this for now. We're not taking anything else here unless they show me really crazy stuff from the caverns. Okay. I'll tell you what. Railforger's Hammer as a free space pickup is pretty darn tasty. That's great. That means I get to take double draw. So we'll just grab that and be happy with it. It's fine. You know what? I'm not even mad. That's good. Sure. Great. This means I can actually play Stealth Tomb with stuff, right? It's true. It's true. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why didn't I put Burnout 1 in the Tomb? The answer is I actually think it's more important on the Paraffin Enforcer. So we're going to chill sub 50 here and see what we get out of Daedalus. I think we're okay, but we're not strong. And this is an important piece. This is the quintessential tech, right? Is we're okay. I don't think we're strong. Not going to flutter the pool here. We'll get like a bomb next floor, which is good timing, actually. Yeah. Our goal is to extend Burnout on Paraffin Enforcer here. The Tomb is just hanging out to soak stuff, honestly. Our goal is Reform. Great. 6 incoming damage. I think we just take this. And if the Tomb dies, fine. If not, also fine. I don't need to worry about the Molten Encasement here. Molten Encasement. Yeah, it's a funny name. We're going to shoot from middle. It's not a very strong one, but it does deal with some of this. I think we're doing enough damage for now. I'm going to go ahead and shoot middle and... Am I? We have 1 primitive mold remaining here. Yeah, I'm going to shoot it. It's fine. There's no reason to incant, right? No. It's fine. I was never playing the other Tomb anyway. I just wanted to play that card. Now, okay. We're probably going to lose Cold Kalia, is my suspicion here. The Stealth Tomb is doing its job. Paraffin Enforcer wins this combat. Let's get Frostbite on middle. Good. Paraffin Enforcer clobbers both these guys, so that's great. Sure. Cool. Paraffin Enforcer is hard carrying, and that's honestly great for him. Get the Tomb, see which one we roll into. I get the Burnout Extender. This is good and bad. It means we get Stealth, which is cool, but it also means that Cold Kalia is out. But I also don't really need her, so I'm not mad about it. It's just something to keep in mind. As long as I can keep Paraffin Enforcer afloat, we're okay. 15 AoE. Stealth will cover the next 2 floors. I mean, alright. I guess I just blast bottom floor. I would really like to get a reform, though. Monster Train, the video game. Alright, well, Cold Kalia is going to burn out again, so I guess I'm just going to play her so she shoots the boss, right? It's fine. I don't want to clutter the pool in case I draw more of these. We win upstairs either way. It's not great, but we get there, right? No, we got Fade too. That's pretty cool. Great news. That's good enough. Not going to mess with it. Alright, yeah. Thank you, Purifying Cleanse, for saving our run. Very cool. A little dicey there, but important. Now, Devourer of Death, a little redundant with Cold Kalia, right? I could self-infuse. It's a lot of defense. It's good. It's great, in fact. Fantastic news. Devourer of Death is a good infusion, though. I don't have double extinguish, so it's not the best infusion. And we have a sweeper, so I kind of don't care that much, but I think I'm going to skip you, since I already have the self-infuse as an option. Yeah, I'm also going to use that money. Lady of the Reformed is pretty tempting. Huh. How does this look? I think this looks better as it is without adding Lady, but I need to remove trash. So it is Magic Shop Vortex here. And there is a lot of trash here. We've got Train Stewards, I've got Foregone Powers, which are good, but slow me down. Also got these Mollusk Mages, which I think they're gone too. I need to remove them. I don't think we take any of these. We're okay. Lady of the House would be a pretty good infusion on Cold Kalia if I go that route. But the problem is I have to hold on to her for a long time. Long time. Tons of time, in fact. I think we're not going to do that. It's an okay infusion, though, right? It's nice. It's a stats plus Burnout 3, which keeps it afloat. Which I think does matter. It does matter. It's good. In fact, does it help me in this early game at all? She's just a stack of stats. It's not bad. Slows me down. Does slow you down. Sure does. Make it through to ring 6. Do that infusion on ring 6. Ugh. Steel shop situation in the mid game is rough. Pretty low chance I see a multi-strike. We're going to be getting hard carried, I think, by Draft Paraffin Enforcer Friend. Just the fact that he hits twice is like really critical, so I'm glad I took that draft when I saw it. I mean, I was always going to, but just another thought, right? You might miss Steel Shop multi-strike, so solve it in other ways. The Lady of the House is pretty good. I'm actually pretty pleased with this infusion here. It's good late game, buys time, which might matter. I kind of like this, right? I kind of like this. I'm going to take it. I get to take draw here, which is nice. I don't need the space thanks to the hammer, so we'll take it. Alright, that's good. We're always going left. Removals are high value. How strong do I feel? It's a good question. Train Stewards must go. I can't play them, right? They hurt the run too much. Another Lady of the House, Paraffin Thug. We just sell that one. That's okay. Merchant of Magic. Permafrost. It's always interesting having a Permafrost option for a primitive mold. I don't know if it's what we want here. Firelight 2 for sure. Not Little Icarus. Pivot. Absolutely not. You want to re-roll this potentially? Maybe. Ember's not really my restriction here now that I have Fatal Melting being free, but it is good making things more playable. So, stick a -1 in a primitive mold. Lets me re-roll. If I see a holdover, that will help. Yeah, we'll take it. Okay, we see a holdover. Honestly, fantastic. I know what you're thinking. Fatal Melting. Nah, I know what I'm thinking. Primitive mold. Buddy boy, I need to be able to bring back Fade consistently. This will help a lot. Yeah, 100% value. I missed the Emberstone, and I'm not even mad. I think I'm going to grab the Horde now that I have that. That adds a consistency that I really appreciate. Lightstone Casing. Tethys Scales, no thank you. Rules of Containment with Cuttlebeard is a weird, good thing, actually. That's 4 damage that doesn't tick down. It's actually pretty darn good, huh? Alright, I don't think I've done that in a good long while, but I'm okay with that. That's going to be good backline management for a while. Like, it answers every unupgraded clipped conduit here. Multi-strike. Am I fast enough? I think so. The only way this really screws me over is if I get an upgraded conduit. It's such a risk. Am I strong enough? I think we ramp pretty decently. I'm going for it. I'm okay with this. Right? Yeah, I mean, like, this is pretty clean. You want Cold Kalia, or... It's an interesting question. Do I want Lady of the House or Cold Kalia here? I want Cold Kalia here. It's going to help a lot. We're going Fade, Cold Kalia. I will put down the Stealth Tomb. It's helpful. Sure. And I'm going to put the lady of the house downstairs because she at least punches this thing. It's worth it. That guy's going to walk on me and I'm okay with it. Yeah, this is what you fear right here. Clipped conduit upgrade. So we'll want to be very careful about that. I'll draw past. What do I see? Nothing too impressive. Frostbite goes downstairs for sure. Cool. Primitive mold, fine. We haven't had a guy die. This is going to be an annoying overlap, but we're okay. We're holding on. We need a Purifying Cleanse on Mr. Enforcer. Very important. Man, another upgraded Clipped Conduit. It always happens this way. It's definitely Flash Freeze on the guy in middle. I think he's only going to hit me once for 12, and that's acceptable. I will Primitive Mold back Lady of the House, because I'm pretty sure she lives and just punches this thing down here, which is great. Sure. I'm okay with it. Yeah, we get one smack upstairs for 12, and I think we're out. Primitive Mold. Fade. Alright. Good. We now always have Fade back, which is mission critical, I would describe it as. So, now, the stealth is valuable. To be clear, I should play it, I think. That's a spicy decision, huh? I get one guaranteed reform. I sure would like to make sure it's Fade, huh? Sure would like to make sure it's Fade. How do I feel about this? It's a difficult question. I need it to be Fade. I think it has to be Fade or I lose. So I think we do not put the molten... Oh, it lives. Never mind. Never mind. No, it dies. I'm up here like, hey, wait, no. We can make it work, right? You put it in, and then we pop upstairs, and now it lives. I wanted it to be on the floor. This was the most important thing for me. All right, cool. Frostbite. I'm not playing that Train Steward. It's rough. Cool. We get the reform. Fantastic. Incoming Fade. Good. She's there. I would like to extend Burnout in my back person there, which is fantastic. Thing on bottom. Middle is already dead. Frostbite. Cool. Good stuff. Keep reforming. Bottom floor doesn't matter. Just shoot this guy, I think. It's literally no value, so fine. Fortunately, multi-strike means Fade passes away again, which is great news. 6-5. I'm going to draw here. It's okay. I don't need this Endless Friend. I could just Elevator Fade. No reason not to, right? It's free damage. I'll Elevator Fade, yeah. It does free like 80 damage here, which is acceptable. And then we get her back anyway because reasons. So we were winning to begin with, so I was maybe overthinking it, but it's fine. Cool. In fact, Fade actually doesn't die. It's funny. She had too much health. Okay, 12 damage, fine. It's a bit of a bummer seeing Tempered Talisman. I don't get a ton of value. Yeah, I guess it does kind of help Fatal Melting. Purifying Cleanse. Flash Freeze. I'll take it. It's worth more than 25 gold to me, but it's not great. Sacred Wicks. Memories of the Melted. What is this? Remnant Host? I don't think I need you. You're just going to clutter the floor, and then I can't play Fade again. Skip that for money. I do want money. Drain? No. I have Stealth, which will be my battle plan. Titan's Tooth is respectable. It's a respectable pickup. A lot of Frostbite. I like that. You know, I have enough... I can afford to do this, right? I think it's actually a good card to add. I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, we'll do that. Divine Artifact. Do I need a Divine Artifact to win Ring 5? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. So we're going to skip that. In fact, that's good because it gets me to $180. $180 means I can re-roll. And well, there's money in the middle, so it was never a problem. I do think I'm going to look. I think a single multi-strike changes the landscape of this run a lot. and the cave is pretty decent. I also don't have a lot of money, even with the additional 175 here. It'd be like one trinket and that's it. So there's really only Wax or Snuffer that it could show me that would be fantastic. So we go left. I'd also be a little more attracted to it if I needed like Votive Key, but thanks to the holdover we already have, I think we're okay there. So yeah, plus, you know, health's not bad. Give me a multi-strike game. Large stone. No, I don't want it. I will take this money because it lets me put the Burnout 1 inside of the tomb, which I do think is now is worthwhile since I've gotten past Burnout 1 on my lad. Great. Now I reroll. Incredible. A multi-strike. Fantastic. So with that in mind, I think we will be dropping Cold Kalia from this run, and I will be duping the Paraffin Enforcer. So you might be asking, why take the Cold Kalia then, if you're going to do it this way? And the answer is simple, right? If I missed this multi-strike completely for the entire run, then you give up, right? And you take some plus 25s, and the fact that you have a sweeper guarantees that you're with her Frostbite, and the fact that she gets Rage from Paraffin Enforcer guarantees that you're likely to take minimum damage from bosses, right? You're going to probably do okay. Now that I have a multi-strike, however, I would much rather just hit 6 times. Run is simple, in fact. Fantastic news. Really exciting. Let's go ahead and look at the cave. Give me a, I don't know, tiny stone? Oh my god, they read my mind. Now we're definitely fine. In fact, now I leave the Cold Kalia in because I have space for her. Where are my dupes? Hold up. Hey, there's a good dupe coming up right then. Fantastic. Tiny Paraffin Buddy that hits 3 times with 2 burnout and draw priority. Alright, alright. I'm really cooking now. That was an exciting roll, let me tell you that. I don't need steel shops. I will see 1 steel shop because there's a dupe with it. I will make 3 little guys. So my floor is 6 space, fade, 3 little dudes, cool, which is 4 space, and then tomb, which is 5 space. Which means I really don't have room for any of this other stuff once I dupe it all. But that's okay. It does mean I could play middle, I guess. So I should invest in a removal here, right? Because I'm not going to see a shop coming up. Yes, so let me cut something. What is the worst card here? Now that I'm not going to be... Yeah, now that I'm not going to be doing the infusion on Cold Kalia, and instead I'm going to be doing a ton of duping, I think the worst card here is Lady of the House. Goodbye. She honestly did great on that previous combat, not mad about it at all. That was also me hedging my bets to make sure I don't lose this run. We crush now. Now we crush. Ah, yes, Crystal Cloak. The quintessential challenge of every burnout run in existence. I'm going to need to make sure my guy maximizes... I can take Armor Emblem, it's not a problem. Maximizes stealth. I'm not stealth necessarily, but burnout. Burnout is the big risk. Bit of a bummer seeing this Purifying Cleanse here without the Paraffin Enforcer, huh? Not a huge fan of that, actually. I guess I will self-ping here. It's fine, right? Just blast this. I'll put the tomb down, sure. Then I'm going to self-blast Fade. And we'll Burnout Extend on Cold Kalia. Get some Frostbite in. Alright. It's fine, right? We get Primitive Mold first. I want Fade dying on this turn. Fantastic. Then we'll put the Paraffin Enforcer in. He is the most important part of this run. It's going to be a bit challenging. The Train Stewards are annoying because they hurt my redraws, but I really just want to hit that Purifying Cleanse a lot. Bottom floor is going to be a problem, right? Got an upgraded dude like that? Good grief, it's a terrible problem. It's a good Fatal Melting play, I think. I will Primitive Mold first. Fade must die, it's important. Great, I'll draw past this, sure. Now I think you go Mollusk Mage middle, and then we blast mid-floor. This is actually super relevant because it means that all of these hits now connect with the Clipped Guardian, and that is important. I needed to make sure Paraffin Enforcer did that, and that was a super worthwhile use of my floor there. I've always got stealth if I'm worried about it. I don't necessarily need to worry about Fade here. Although I rolled both of these anyway, so we're actually super fine. Fade comes down, gets punched. In fact, I might as well put Mollusk Mage on the floor, I guess. It doesn't hurt. I mean, yeah, true. True. Okay, Mollusk Mage can chill. I was thinking about playing this Molten Encasement, but he's going to be a bit of a problem. This is not going to be as helpful until we have an enemy sweeping or multiple attackers, right? Multiple attackers would help here. Now I might be able to clobber mid-floor. I'll try, right? 1 and 2. Hey, we get it. Great job. Fantastic. I didn't want to play that tomb is the thing, right? That's the big reason I didn't do it in any other way. Alright, it's fine. Frostbite middle, sure. I do think I want to play Train Steward plus Mollusk Mage bottom floor. It seems weird, but it's good. It's good to do it. Remember, there's a good reason for it, and that reason is Crystal Cloak's stealth stacks. Can we talk about how Faye doesn't die here? You guys do so little damage. I'm over here like, yeah, you know what I'm really gonna do? I'm over here thinking to myself about how I desperately want to... I can get him killed. I was like, I'm over here, I want to shoot the Frost Flash Freeze at the Crystal Cloak. But I can't because I have to do this. But if I do Fatal Melting, it works out. I take 12. Hey, it's good, it's good. Frostbite is your friend. Hold on to that primitive mold. Frostbite downstairs, we kill that guy too. Great news, in fact. Fantastic. 3 stacks of stealth gone. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to spam Burnout here. This is going to look stupid, alright? It's going to look really dumb. But we're going to play Fade bottom floor. Yeah? I know. It looks dumb. Don't worry. And then I'm going to give her stealth, I think? Because it buys more turns? What is this thing in here? It's just a Train Steward. I don't care. I want to leave these trashy guys out. This buys, what, 3 rounds? Toss some Frostbite there. I think we're okay thanks to some smart plays like this, right? Yeah, alright, we actually already win. But you see, I mean, I was trying to make sure I wasn't going to miss Fade, and I still had only a 50-50 of hitting. So, you can see the challenges here. We're totally fine, though, overall, thanks to just Frostbite in general and a ton of damage, and the stealth helps. We get through this without too much issue. Alright, cool. A scary combat, but we're fine. Subsuming Blade. Votivary is interesting. Is it, though? No, it's not really. I mean, if I see double extinguish, it's neat. How's my card situation? 1, 4, 7, 8, 11, 15. I sure would like some spells that I can play. Subsuming Blade is not bad. It starts at 8. I'm sure I can buff it a little bit. It's an extra ping. I'm what? Where are my magic shops? I'm seeing one on ring 7. So I can take something and make it cheaper. So I'll take Subsuming Blade. I like the idea of a ping here. Another one, specifically. Urchin Spines? Another Titan's Tooth? No, I need it to be playable. I'm going to take the Urchin Spines. It's not helpful, right? But I'm taking it specifically because I want to protect my holdover on Diligent. We're going left here. Get some health. Temple today says a -2 is fantastic for Subsuming Blade. Great work, go team. Tendon Piercing is fantastic for Fatal Melting. I know what you're thinking, Titan's Tooth, but the Frostbite's already kind of piercing, so it's okay. I would much rather Fatal Melting get that. Really good temple upgrades here. Let's see if we get another upgrade. Oh, Nexus Spike. Any crazy rolls from Nexus Spike? Kind of. I mean, will I actually do this just to get more burnout extension? Yes. Well, I don't know how to feel about that. I could do an offensive play and use this to kill an enemy with Burnout 3. How do I feel about offensive Burnout play? It shouldn't be necessary, right? I don't think it's necessary to do it. I feel like it's definitely a mistake not taking a Burnout 3 extension here. I think I really do want that. What would be stronger? Fatal Melting plus Titan's Tooth, probably, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, truly? Yeah. Titan's Tooth plus Fatal Melting will do enough damage. Sure. It's not a Burnout extension, but I do need some spells, so this works out. The dupe here is obvious. Where is he? There he is. There's the lad. Alright, cool. We get another pal. I don't need another infusion, although I guess I could take it. It's going to be a little difficult actually getting the stealth down while relying on Fade dying. I'm going to be doing things like self-pinging, which is fine, but, you know, fair enough, right? I still think we can wait on this. I'm going to wait on this. I don't need this right now. Moving on. There's a really good set of temple upgrades to pick up there. I'm very happy about that. We should crush Fel. I have no fear. I'll tell you what, though. Rules of Containment Cuttlebeard does some heavy lifting. I'm a fan of that. I don't need any of this stuff. Just Frostbite and chill. Sure. Why not? Got some Frostbite on the boss. That's going to stick around. Alright. Now this is an easy one, I think. We're going to play Paraffin Enforcer. I'll draw a card. Alright, sure. Fine. I'm going to blast Fade, and then immediately reform Fade. And then Fade dies again, which is great. Right? That's a ton of Burnout extension I really wanted. Alright, Fade drops in. She's going to die. We'll play the other Enforcer in front. Great news. Urchin Spines here. I'll be honest with you, I think this is a good risk to take just to guarantee this Frostbite play. I'm a big fan of that. It's a lot of Frostbite value there. Alright, we're actually fine because I have the guaranteed primitive mold. Though we would have lost the gamble, so that's fun. That's always fun. 200 damage. Great news. It's actually much stronger to let Fade die. Blast bottom floor, I guess? Sure. And I think we just let it chill. Frostbite some other floor. Good. Honestly, fantastic. Like 200 damage into Fel. She's dead. Fel has no chance. All of her armor is gone. Great work. Go team. Actually, we get the kill here too, which is very cool. I do want to Burnout extend the other lad here. I think that's important. So, cool. Rest of this doesn't really matter that much. Great job. Frostbite's doing some heavy lifting. We're going to revive Fade. I'm then going to pretty confidently shoot Fade. Well, it's not actually that great. I'm going to try to scale Subsuming Blade here, I think. Yes. Titan's Tooth and Fatal Melting. Sure. Oh, it doesn't affect bosses. That kind of sucks. I guess I knew that. I knew that, but still. I was like, haha! Oh, wait, yeah, duh. Nexus Spike. That's okay. Well, I guess I'm just going to Frostbite the boss then. There you go. Take your 800 damage and we'll feel good about it. There, she's dead. She's extremo dead. I have no fears. None whatsoever. Thank you, guy in the back, for living long enough to kill to kill Fade today. 57 Frostbite, that's not going down. Alright, now I think at this point if I draw the Stealth Tomb, I'm actually okay with it, right? Just play the Stealth Tomb if we see it. Blast here for Foregone Power, chill. We should crush, right? Yeah, okay, great. We get a Stealth Tomb. We don't even need it, but the fact that we have it is important, right? We're doing a lot of damage. So for combats where it matters, it's present. Wax and Spike is a snap, click, and a half. Yes. 100,000%. Card draw is the answer. I'd like to draw the good cards, please, like Subsuming Blade or Fatal Melting. Yeah, draw. Good cards. I have space already, and we have Tiny Stone, so I'm feeling real good about that. The Magic Shop I am going to go to. Right? Right? Yeah, I don't need a Steel Shop for anything. Cool, we go left. Money forward today says sketches. I have a shop with me, right? I do. I haven't spent any money. Sketches. So we double remove Mollusk Mages right now. Gosh, we have so many units. I can cut 2 Mollusk Mages, I think, pretty confidently. I think they're costing 90, so it's 90 to 120. I can cut 3 units here. I can cut 3 units here. Tell you what, the sketches is really powerful. Like, ridiculously powerful if I can play into this. I just have too many units. I have to think about this a little bit. Cold Kalia is fine. I think she gets removed next floor. It's a removal dupe? It's not. That's a bummer. I forgot. I think it's sketches. I'm gonna have to invest money in cleaning this up. We cut both train stewards because they're too big. The mollusk mages, I don't hate them as much, right? 1 spacers. I have 5 space on middle. I need to make sure Fade can get into it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, there's not a lot of room, right? I need to remove a lot of stuff. 4 units need to go, and I need to infuse Molten Encasement like pronto. It's so powerful if I can do this, though. It's really powerful is the thing. It only gets a little scary on this specific combat. I think we take it. It's really powerful here. All right, 100% investment goes into removals. Train stewards are the worst. They're 2 space. Get rid of them. They're gone. Great news. I'm going to invest another 180 here. I don't... You know, holdover Subsuming Blade, I'm going to be honest with you, is pretty awesome. I would like that a lot. It's definitely Firelight 3, always is, 100%. Take this Horde for sure, I think. Worn Grindstone, Icicle Fracture. You can maybe do some fun stuff with Icicle Fracture, hold on to some cards. I'm going to be discarding garbage, though. Grindstone. Jackstrips plus the Rules of Containment is 6 damage, which unbelievably actually in 3 floors does kill a lot of backlines. So that's funny. Worn Grindstone will provide value though, right? 100%. It could also sell it. If I sell this for 25 gold, hear me out, I can buy a $110 holdover on Subsuming Blade, and I can buy a $180 removal on a unit. And I think that might be the strongest thing we can do. Yep. Alright. Thanks for 25 gold, baby. Alright, we're going to hold over our Subsuming Blade now. And I'm going to buy a removal on probably Cold Kalia. You may ask why. 2 space, right? Think about it. Cold Kalia goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units, right? All of them 1 space? Yeah, I think it's time for Cold Kalia to go. Thanks, Cold Kalia. Very cool, but goodbye. We did a hard pivot on Ring 7, but that is powerful. I think we spent a lot of money here. Armor Emblem should not be a problem. Should not be a problem. Let's roll well. You know what? That's a really good roll. You know why? Because we got both the lads on the floor. Heck yeah. And they're in front. Fantastic news. Play Fate on that floor for sure. Let's go ahead and blow this up downstairs. It doesn't really matter. Let's draw and see what we hit, I guess. I am going to just play the Wax and Spike here. That's nice. Frostbite. We'll take Curses. Okay, sure. Curses don't frighten me. I'm not afraid of no ghost. You know me. Okay, Fatal Melting downstairs, right? So I can Subsuming Blade in front. I do need a scale Subsuming Blade. I can use it to self-ping a bit, which is going to be strong, but we're okay on middle as it is. So I'm fine with it. Oh, good hit. Nice. Mid floor's clear. Great. Reform. This is when we're going to start doing it right here, yeah, I think. Yeah. Self-ping. Primitive mold. Play the curse. Drop fade again. Fantastic. Great. This will clean up further in higher rings. Great news. I don't need this stealth right now. Yet. I will need it later. I will need it later. That's okay. And understandable. Bring back Fade. She will pass away here. I'm pretty confident. I can ping downstairs. Get that scaling going. Great news. Nexus Spike is a decent play. I'll just put it downstairs. Just get rid of it. It's fine. Sure. Cool. Bottom floor looking good. Top floor looking good. We get a burnout extender here. Reform. I think we can do a reform self-ping reform here, which is very strong. Great. Anytime you can do this with Fade, you're crushing it, right? Yes. I'm going to play that Tomb. I want to hold on to... I want some stealth for Relentless, is basically what's happening here. So, we're going to, what? Self-ping. Tomb. Shoot. Mutilation. Primitive mold. Fade. Chill. Perfect. Great news. Self-ping fade. Actually, holdover. Play the holdover card first. This is going to look weird, but I want to stack stealth here. So this burns out. Don't play a primitive mold. We'll reform her next turn. Yeah, we win. Great job. Cool. This is pretty much exactly what I wanted. I do want to scale Subsuming Blade. Fantastic. And then we just drop Fade and we're chilling. Completely sandblast this. Great job. Great job. I'm so very pleased with how that panned out. We get the Ring 7 clear. Resin removal on Diligent Seraph. Well, I clicked it and you couldn't stop me if you tried. How am I doing on spells? 1, 5, 7, 9, 11, 15, 19, 20. 20 is enough. We should have enough ammo to sacrifice here. I'm not particularly worried. I was thinking like if I had to take Preserve or something, right? It's not a helpful card, but I want to make sure we're not at risk. We're okay. Going left here. Health. I'm basically just spending all my money on removals or units because if you remember, sketches is a thing. Remove what? Mollusk Mage? Yes. We're going to get a double removal here, which is nice. The double removal comes from self-infusing the Mollusk Mage for starters, which is fantastic. We love to see it. Great. Plus 30 there, huh? Interesting. And then we cut a Mollusk Mage, which is a second removal of a unit, which removes a lot of our risk here, right? It's basically going to be pretty likely all 3 Paraffin Enforcers, and then you either get Stealth Tomb or Mollusk Mage, which is acceptable. I could buy another removal and guarantee it, huh? Is there an intrinsic? No. I was going to say if there's an intrinsic, I grab that firebox and we send it on Wax and Spike, but we don't have it. Plus 30 is... well... trying to think of what the best choice here is. I mean, some health is acceptable. I'm not terribly afraid. I think we honestly just take the removal on Mollusk Mage here. This guarantees what? Stealth Ring 1? Or turn 1? That's pretty strong. Guarantees our sketches alignment, which is fantastic. Removals of units don't threaten me against Diligent. Yeah, I'm gonna cut Mollusk Mage. Goodbye, champ. It's good. It's good and great. Happy about it. Cool. Don't need any of this. Only thing I have to think about now is, do I want a plus 30? It's probably worthwhile to have this. Some decent healing, honestly. Someone will get hit for something, right? The order that they show up on my floor does matter. So, yeah, let's grab this, honestly. That's great. What do I purge if I'm going to purge something? I'll cut a foregone power, right? I don't mind. Draw some of the better cards more often. Sure. It'll be ammo into Diligent anyway, which is what matters. Cool, $30 left with, what, no value I can get out of it. We should be golden. 4 units in the deck, 4 units for sketches. Fantastic. Let's go Diligent. Whew, alright, I think we've got this. Diligent is spicy, but I think he's going to just pass away when I hit him with resin removal, so that's cool. This is fantastic, right? We just drop Fade in, and she isn't going to die, but we get Stealth here, which is great. Let's go ahead and Urchin Spine's middle, I guess. It does not really matter. I'll Frostbite Seraph, sure. Great, I have Stealth down. Excellent, wonderful news. Diligent's men get murdered by my exquisite Rules of Containment Cuttlebeard plays. Fantastic. Now you see this is actually kind of spicy, right? It's actually spicy. So I'm going to... 3 Ember says the burn can be a primitive mold. I can't risk the foregone power here. Burn can be a primitive mold. Can it? I want to play all of these units. I have to be careful about burning out here. This is the biggest challenge of this run. And I have it. I just need to decide what I'm sacrificing. I'm going to go ahead and flash freeze and burn that. This is one of my weapons I want to have, so it's fine. Sure. Play the mutilation. Cool. We'll play the reform now. Fade comes back. Great. Stealth is still good, as it turns out. And she's burning out, which means I can shoot the stealth here. And she burns out, and it's okay. We did it. Alright. Oof. Okay. That was the hardest turn of this combat, and honestly, not even that bad. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play resin removal and just burn this here, which is fantastic. Diligent begins to pass away now. Goodbye, Stealth 9. I don't need that card again, so I'm fine with this as it is. Curse out, Molten Encasement down. Oh, interesting. They actually both all pass away, which means I can get rid of a curse on bottom floor instead. Cool. Burnout Extender there. I'm not going to do anything with this offering token. Whatever. I guess I could have played it earlier in the combat, but I don't care. Or the turn, rather. It'll be a burn later on or something. Alright. I would like to burn the foregone power. There are 3 cards I would like to not discard. How do we approach this? I think the actual answer here is to play Nexus Spike. Cool. I know that's weird. That's okay. It's a consume card. I don't actually care. Fade comes down. Great job. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and what? Shoot Fade, I guess? I could shoot Fade now and then drop the Tomb, and that's actually okay. Sure, that works. And then we'll go ahead and burn Foregone Power here. Ah, there we go. Sure, I'll burn some spell weakness on the boss. I'm not mad about it. It actually pushes more damage through. The guy's taking like 1,000 now. So, Diligent looking pretty rough here. Feeling good about that. Okay, here's the play. We go Encasement, Waxen Spike. It's a consume card already. We bring Fade back. And I'm going to play Fade and simply shoot Fade now. And that's pretty good to me. Cool. Thank you again, Rules of Containment. Very cool. Extremely awesome. This is just a Fatal Melting Burn. For sure. Goodbye, Fatal Melting. Hooray. Alright, we'll reform. It's easy to do. Fades down. Don't want the mutilation. 16 stealth wins this combat, so I'm done with that. It's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and continue scaling, I suppose. Sure. Sure. I don't need the stealth anymore. We have plenty. I think he's gonna have a rough turn on this go. Yeah, he's actually having a bad day. So I'm going to go ahead and burn Mr. Purifying Cleanse here. The rest of this is pretty straightforward. How does Fade look? Do you pass away here? Oh, beautiful. It means I can get rid of this curse and we chill then. Great job. 15 stacks of stealth, whatever the number is, we're very much fine. I do not require more. I'm going to burn another primitive mold here. We actually don't have to risk pretty much anything. And then I self-ping Fade, which is great. And then I bring Fade back for funsies. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and let the Molten Encasement burn out again for funsies. And we easy win this combat, right? I just need to play any curses I draw. Fantastic. We did it. I'm going to scale Fade or whatever's going on anyway, because I do want to make that number bigger. So, cool. Great. Wonderful job. Go team. Cool. Easy win this combat. Divinity will look similar, right? Similar and just as easy, I suspect. Even easier, actually. I don't have to juggle cards and play things in certain orders. We should absolutely crush here. Feeling good about this run. Thank you, Monster Train. Extremely cool. We love to see it. Now, draw first. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. I want to play Fade middle, but I don't want the tomb... I would like the tomb to die here. So I think we Fade top floor and let her chill. I could also play her middle and wait for a ping, which is probably pretty soon. What's more likely to draw at this point? A reform or a ping? I have holdovers on both. Let's keep her on floor for now. I'll put her in the middle, just in case it's necessary. And we chill. The stealth is going to do a lot of heavy lifting here. Yeah. Thank you, stealth. Very cool. We got a ping. Great. That's what I was worried about. I was like, we need to have an answer for this. Okay, so first things first. Self-ping. Yes, must happen. Great job. The tomb must land next. Also, great job. Do we go ahead and we actually primitive mold back Fade now. Also, great job. How much damage is this? 10 on Extinguish. So we can go ahead and play Fade middle and we get it all. Fantastic. Urchin Spines blow up bottom floor. Feeling pretty good about that. Seems okay. Great. Okay, and we've stabilized. Purifying Cleanse on the front lad. Fantastic. I haven't hit my holdover reform card. It's on the bottom of the deck, but I'm not really that upset about it. So, kind of whatever, really. I have offering on both of these. Which one do I roll today? Fantastic. We killed a man. Good job. We should crush the Divinity. The Divinity is just going to passively pass away at some point in this run now. I have very little concern. How much damage do I do? 6 damage exactly. Incredible news. Let's go Molten Encasement. Blast it. Oh no, what have I done? And then I'm going to go ahead and shoot Spike's person because I don't want to take Spike's damage. And then I'll go ahead and take a Wax and Spike, just get it out of there, and we're chilling. Easy. Easy. Alright, game is, I think, about as free as it's gonna get. Hey look, we won. Alright. There it is, we did it. Cool. Thanks, Monster Train. Stealth. Alright, easy. Fantastic news. Thank you, Fade. Alright, a good run. I think we navigated all of the hard turns well and did an expert job at all of the difficult combats. Ring 7 was I don't want to call it dicey. I actually think we had a pretty good shot of making it work and connecting the dots. It was the scariest, right? We had just found the sketches, and then we were looking at making sure we could actually assemble our floor. That sketches, though, that was a real accelerator. Oh, buddy, that's good. Really good. We'll go to the run summary here. Cool. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Fantastic. Not much really to add here besides small deck, remove units, sketches. Big shout out to Railforger's Hammer. This was a huge win when we drafted it. It meant I didn't have to take a space relic, which was great. I'm a real big fan of Cuttlebeard plus Rules of Containment, actually. The rules of... I can't actually think of a good pun here. I was going to say the rules of Cuddletainment. No, that's terrible. Cuttlebeard's Containment. I don't know. I can't think of a good one, but this combo actually turned out to be really useful. I didn't end up seeing Shark. Didn't end up mattering. We did plenty of Frostbite here thanks to Foregone Power, and that early Cold Kalia deserves some credit as well. I think she did a lot of work when we had her. And we were hedging our bets against missing multi-strike. That's something I don't see a lot of folks do, right? Draft things as if you're going to see bad shops, right? And then, of course, if you see a good shop and then see a tiny stone, your run cleans up a lot, and you don't have to worry about it. So that's fine. Good stuff. Fatal Melting ended up panning out pretty well. Subsuming Blade, 62 damage in the end. Nice. Big fan of that. Huge fan of this. This was really good. I'm glad we went with that. Random Titan's Tooth did fine. Primitive Mold on Holdover. It's one of the solutions to making sure Fade can keep getting cycled. It's good. And not much really else. I mean, obviously, Resin Removal, Bodying Diligent is nice. Puts a lot of damage out early. We were going to win anyway. At that point, we had 4 stealth per Molten Encasement death. So our survivability was through the roof. So pretty fantastic stuff. And yeah, not much else to add. A really good run, honestly. I'm feeling good about it. We're going to have to deal with, what is it, Echo right next time, but that's okay. You know, you can't win them all. They can't all be Fade, right? So, or Primordium, I guess, or Spine Chief. At least there's enough of them, eh? So, anyway, I'm going to let y'all go there. Brings us up to 258 wins on the series. And yeah, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.